Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k17 Universe Mode. My name is BrendenPlayz. We are back with Smackdown as we are only 2 weeks away from Wrestlemania, and tonight it's a Wrestlemania caliber match right here on Smackdown. Dean Ambrose one-on-one against the former world champion Kevin Owens. A huge match to prepare for their huge matches at Wrestlemania. But first up this week we have main event and the Revival. They're back. They have one last match here on the main roster and they are looking for revenge, redemption after losing last week in the tag tournament over against the Dudley Boys. Dana Brooke goes one-on-one with Sasha Banks as well. Sasha looking to bounce back after losing against Nia Jax last week. And Big Show one-on-one with Alberto Del Rio. So the Dudleys versus the Revival. It is the Revival. They're going to go out as winners here on main event. Dana Brooke cannot beat Sasha Banks, and Big Show versus Del Rio. It's the Big Show. Alright, so we'll move on to this week's SmackDown. Baron Corbin will go one-on-one with Sin Cara. Enzo Amore with Big Cass in his corner will be up against Bo Dallas. Samoa Joe goes one-on-one with Alberto Del Rio. And the Big Show up against Braun Strowman. Giant versus Giant, and we can't confirm right now if Strowman beats the Big Show, he's getting himself an Intercontinental Championship match. It's the second round clash between the team of DX versus the New Day in the main event that we just spoke about a moment ago. Ambrose versus Owens. What a match that is going to be. Ambrose has a date set for WrestleMania against Seth Rollins one-on-one to represent SmackDown. Well, Owens is going to go one-on-one against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. So both men looking for a big win to give him some confidence heading in towards the big event. Who's going to walk out with the win here tonight? First up, Baron Corbin versus Sin Cara. It's going to be Sin Cara with a bit of an upset win there over Corbin. Enzo versus Dallas. It's Enzo Amore with the win. Joe versus Del Rio. Can Samoa Joe perhaps sneak his way into the Intercontinental Championship scene as well? He gets a win over Del Rio. And well, now it's time for the Giant versus Giant matchup. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the Big Show. A good win over Del Rio earlier on main event. And this is really a battle for who's going to be taking on Cesaro at WrestleMania. It's going to be a Giant. Big Show has impressed over the last few weeks. He's doing better. And the veteran has perhaps the biggest task ahead of him against Braun Strowman, a man who is just on fire at the moment. Strowman, the last couple months, has just gone into the next level. We saw him at the Elimination Chamber basically stake his claim for the Intercontinental Championship. He basically wants to be the Intercontinental Champion. He's done enough in recent times to get him to the position where he's almost the number one contender. Now tonight he has a chance to confirm it by knocking off the Big Show. If he can do it, he'll take on Cesaro at WrestleMania. What a match that would be. Cesaro versus Braun Strowman. A huge challenge for Strowman, no doubt about that. But Cesaro, I mean, he's up against the monster, Braun Strowman. I mean, Cesaro, yes, he's great. He's a good champion and everything. But it's Braun Strowman. But the one man who could perhaps go toe-to-toe with Strowman in power, it may not look like he can, but Cesaro is extremely powerful, and he won't be too fazed by Strowman's strength either. So that'll be a huge advantage for Cesaro, and both men should match up well. So two Giants collide right now here on SmackDown. Strowman and the Big Show. Big Show trying to pick up Strowman. Here's the power of the Big Show, but Strowman, well, no, he went head first. I thought Strowman counted, but instead Big Show actually managed to get him down further enough to drive his head first into the mat, and that's going to work out pretty well for the Big Show, who's had a good start to this one. So the veteran getting the upper hand over the Wyatt family member Braun Strowman. We know Bray Wyatt, two-time Intercontinental Champion. Braun Strowman trying to follow in the footsteps of his leader, and of course the other members of the Wyatt family, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, are still a part of the Tag Team Championship Number One Contendership tournament, and they will be in action next week against the A-listers to prove that they are in line. Oh, wow, look at the strength of Strowman. Incredible. And while speaking of Cesaro, here comes our Intercontinental Champion, perhaps for a better look, close up, to see who his opponent will be at WrestleMania. And that's fair enough from Cesaro. Just to finish that point off, the Wyatt family in action next week against The Miz and Tyler Breeze, the A-listers, to determine who will go on to our WrestleMania pre-show. That's right, we have decided that the pre-show will hold the final match in the Tag Team Championship Number One Contendership tournament. The pre-show will hold that match, so it could either be the New Day or DX versus the Wyatts or the A-listers, and the winner of that match at WrestleMania in the pre-show will go on to the main show at WrestleMania to compete against Enzo and Cass for the Smackdown Tag Team Championships. That is a big match indeed, and we've had some great teams enter this tournament, and only 4 remain, and we're going to eliminate another team later on when we see the New Day up against DX, as Braun Strowman with some great power there on display, trying to outpower the Big Show. Big Show, the 400-pounder. Strowman's just throwing him around the ring. And that's the strength of Strowman right there. A gut-wrench suplex. And he is not afraid to try and launch the Big Show around, something that doesn't really happen to Big Show very often. Speaking of the Big Show, here he comes! Tried to drop the leg. I don't think he got all of it. He got some of it, but he's able to avoid it as Strowman. Now Cesaro brings a steel chair in, trying to tempt somebody. Perhaps he's trying to catch someone out here. I mean, either way, for Cesaro, it's really disaster, isn't it? You either have the Big Show, a former world champion here in Universe Mode, who is a giant, he is big, he's massive. Or you have Strowman, who arguably could be a future world champion. We've kind of touted him as a major star of the future here on SmackDown, and it's so far so good as the Big Show launches Strowman down. Nearly got some of that chair, perhaps the leg caught it on the way down, but shouldn't phase him too much, but that will. The big spear right to Strowman. Big Show now looking to finish it off. Strowman's gonna go down already. Big Show's going to WrestleMania. Can you believe it? Strowman's beaten here. No, the shoulders up and only barely a 2 count from the knockout punch. Well, the KO had nothing for Strowman. The Big Show cannot believe it. Neither can Cesaro, I don't think, over there watching on. That's scary. The KO punch that has beaten many men barely even phased Braun Strowman. Now Strowman needs to finish him off though. Strowman's got the Big Show up for a suplex and just drops him down. Strowman, the newest member of the Wyatt family, but perhaps one of the very best in the Wyatts. He's impressed so much as now there's the Yokozuna Cutter. That could be it for the Big Show right there. Strowman to finish off the Giant. No, the Big Show this time kicks out at 2. Well, Strowman hits his best move, but the Big Show still able to power out. What does Strowman need to do now? Braun Strowman. Has he got anything left? Now Strowman, hang on. Looking to try and choke the Big Show out. Big Show scrambling to try and get out of the hold. Strowman's got it locked in good. Big Show could be choked out here. Big Show in major trouble. Will he tap? No, Big Show able to get a couple of strikes to Strowman. Breaks the hold. Stays in this match, but how much has he got left in the tank after that? Strowman got that hold in for a long time there. That's going to take a lot out of the Big Show, but looks to be okay right now with a big chop right to the chest. Right there on Strowman. This is a close battle between two big men. We saw Samoa Joe get a win over Del Rio, and we can confirm that next episode of SmackDown, Samoa Joe will go one-on-one with Cesaro with a chance to make this a triple threat. Samoa Joe has been one of the rising stars here on SmackDown, alongside perhaps Strowman. I mean, Samoa Joe was a part of the Elimination Chamber match and was pretty impressive. He lasted to the final 3. So he outlasted 3 other superstars in that match. Very, very impressive performance by Joe, who entered that match as a last-second decision. So Joe, rewarded for that performance, obviously getting a win over Del Rio not long ago as well. Big Show attempted spear. Couldn't quite get it on Strowman. Now Strowman perhaps staring at Cesaro. He wants that championship that Cesaro has, the IC Championship. Strowman now gets the Big Show up. Oh, he's going for it again. Strowman now with that cutter. Big Show cut. Strowman takes out the Giant. And Strowman might be about to book his place at WrestleMania. No! Big Show sweeps Strowman off his feet. Now into the cover. Strowman could be in some trouble here. Big Show may be able to get him now. No. Strowman kicks out. Well, if you're Cesaro, who the hell would you rather face? I think adding Samoa Joe into the match for a triple threat might even be a good option for Cesaro. Let's be honest. Samoa Joe can take some of the punishment from one of these two men. and maybe give Cesaro a bit of an equal playing field, because Big Show and Strowman, it's just unfair. Big Show's a monster, a giant who's been consistent for many years. Strowman is dangerous and incredibly powerful, perhaps the most powerful man on the roster right now. Strowman, big shot to Big Show's head, working away on that cut. Now rolls the Big Show over. He's close to the ropes. Will the rope break be enforced? Big Show not quite there by the looks of it. Won't matter. He'll kick out at 2. Strowman's getting close. You can feel it. And so does Strowman. He feels as though right now is the time to strike. And he's going to go for it again. This submission. Choking Big Show. This standing chokehold. Big Show taps. He's out of it. And the referee calls for the bell. Big Show's lifeless. And Strowman is going to WrestleMania. Well, what about that win by Braun Strowman? I mean, he had to earn it. He had to earn it. Big Show was tough. He was good. But at the end of the day, Braun Strowman was just that much better. Strowman has been impressive. He's been dominant in recent months. He's now going to get the title shot that he has deserved. He has earned. He sent a message to Cesaro at Elimination Chamber. Now he sends the ultimate message here tonight, He has a huge opportunity at WrestleMania. Next week, Samoa Joe could be inserted into that match to make it triple threat. If that's the case, I don't think it'll bother Strowman too much. I think Strowman will be confident he could beat Joe as well. But Cesaro versus Strowman for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. Lock it in. It's happening. It's there. The only question is, will Samoa Joe join them? So Strowman has his hand held high tonight. He can raise the arms. He's happy with that. And hang on, Cesaro in the ring. Cesaro tried to get the one up there on Strowman. Strowman, though, big shots and sends Cesaro over the top of the rope. Cesaro trying to get some revenge after the assault by Strowman a few weeks ago, but Strowman gets the better of him. It's time for the next match in the Smackdown Tag Team Championship Number One Contenders Tournament. And here comes, I've got to say, perhaps the favorite to win at the moment, D-Generation X. You look at the experience of these two men, the accolades these two guys have accomplished throughout their career. It's hard to go past them. Multiple-time tag team champions throughout their career. Here at Universe Mode, though, tag team hasn't really been their forte. In fact, Shawn Michaels barely has had, a handful of matches, and that's all. But Triple H, plenty of success. But titles have been few and far between for the game. At WrestleMania, though, if they can beat the New Day and whoever wins against the Wyatt family and the A-listers, they will go on to take on Enzo and Cass for those tag titles. A couple more hurdles to go, though, for DX, but they are looking very, very impressive, especially in their first matchup. A lot to like about it, but tonight the New Day will be their challengers, and they will be very, very tough to contend with. They are very, very good. Let's be honest, the New Day, former tag team champions, have been on the rise for quite some time now, and in my opinion, they are getting closer and closer to getting themselves in title contention. May not be in this tournament. I'm not sure if they have what it takes to win the whole thing. I mean, they could shock us, but just based off recent form, recent touch, they've been good, but consistency is what they've lacked, and consistency is the one key element you need to win a tournament. You have to be good for 3 matches in a row, then you got to win your 4th. And obviously now that we know that at WrestleMania, the pre-show will feature the final of this tournament to determine who is the number 1 contender to take on Enzo and Cass. It means that you've got to not only win at WrestleMania once, you got to win twice. If you want to be champions, you've got to win in the pre-show, then win later on in the night. So it's going to be very, very tough, and consistency is required. Otherwise, the chances of winning will certainly go down big time. Right now, Big E with a good start here against Triple H. And Shawn Michaels has been the big question mark, in my opinion, for DX. But he was pretty good last time we saw him, a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown. He had a match, of course, and he was impressive. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, they took out the Ascension. It was a pretty tough challenge. The Ascension put up a good fight, and it was no real surprise. The Ascension, former tag team champions, they've been pretty good throughout their tenure here in Universe Mode. But it was a very tough challenge for DX to overcome, and I think it was a good first hit out for this team. If DX are going to go on a run, win 3 matches in a row, go on to WrestleMania, win the titles there, they're going to need those types of matches. They're really tough, nitty-gritty matches that really take a lot out of you, and you really have to earn that win. And DX is going to need that type of match. And I think the New Day will give them that type of match here tonight. And that might be something that DX could really use here. Another tough match, another good competitive match just to get them ready. If they are going to advance in this tournament, it's either the Wyatts, who have been multiple-time tag team champions here on SmackDown, perhaps the most dominant team in SmackDown tag team history, or the A-Listers, a team that just recently lost the tag team championships, who have been very, very impressive. So either way, whoever wins this match tonight is going to have a very, very tough challenge in the WrestleMania pre-show, whether it's the New Day or DX. Very, very tough. The New Day, though, have Xavier Woods, as I don't know if you can hear in the background, Woods is playing Francesca. So obviously trying to distract DX and cheer on his teammates. He could play some kind of part in this match as well. So he's a bit of an X factor for the New Day. We don't know what he's going to get up to, which is always going to help the New Day out. Having someone in your corner to cheer you on and support you is huge. As Shawn Michaels now launches himself over the top of the rope. Michaels showing off his athleticism and showing that he's still got it, despite not really featured all that much throughout Universe Mode history. He's the cover now by Michaels. DX, we saw them on an old school episode of Raw a couple of years ago now. I mean, geez, it might have been nearly 3 years ago. It's been a long time since we saw that. But of course, in that episode, it was DX versus The Shield. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. And on that night, well, DX won. DX beat The Shield, which was incredible. So DX, very short history here in Universe Mode, but a very successful history. As Michaels now climbing to the top of the rope. Trouble here for Big E. Michaels with the patented elbow drop right on the heart of the chest there of Big E. HBK looking good right now as he's going to drive Big E into the corner. And the game's going to get in here. What are these two guys got planned now? Triple H, oh, there's a big kick there by Triple H. And hey, the roles may be reversed here into the pedigree. Well, I think that might have been meant for Triple H to hit the pedigree, but Michaels can do it as well. Change the roles, but still not enough to put this one to bed. Perhaps next time they need to let Triple H hit the pedigree and Michaels hit the super kick. It might be a little bit more effective. But anyways, we'll move on here as Triple H working away on Big E. Kingston with the save. Keeps this one going. So Triple H and Shawn Michaels, like we said, only a handful of matches together here in Universe Mode, but they've been pretty impressive. So, hey, I mean, it's possible. Stranger things have happened. They could come back. They could win these tag team titles, and who knows what they could do with them. They could have a bit of a run with these titles. They could, bring some more, I guess, main event status to this championships. Legendary status. These guys, Triple H and Michaels, so much history here in Universe Mode. For Triple H, he's done a hell of a lot without a lot of championship gold to go with it. So winning the tag titles could be huge for Triple H, and Michaels just getting started here on Universe Mode. Hasn't really accomplished all that much. Would love something to his name here and kind of get a bit more of a chance to beat DX for a while. Could be huge for this tag team division if DX are around long term. New Day gets taken out there, does Kofi Kingston. New Day, like we said, are on the rise again. Tag team champions over a year ago now. It's been a long time as Kingston, hang on, DDT! Nice counter there by Kingston. Catches Triple H and gets him down. The New Day on the rise, but like we said earlier on, consistency is where they're lacking. Winning 4 matches in a row will be tough for the New Day, but hey, it's possible for them. And winning a tournament, 3 matches in a row against 3 huge teams in a row, honestly, it's probably the perfect way to prepare you for a championship match. 3 big wins in a row. The confidence will be sky high. That's where Enzo and Cass will have to be careful. The confidence will be sky high for whoever they take on. And it's danger signs for Enzo and Cass, who are competing in some tag team matches and some singles matches, as we've seen. As now Triple H went for the spine buster. Can't get it though, as Kingston into the DDT again. Kingston now, what's he got planned? Get Triple H towards the corner next to Big E. Triple H, can he hang on? No, hang on. Big E now. I think he got the tag. Kingston stomping away on Triple H. Now it's Big E's turn. Big E stomping away on Triple H. This is not good. A tag again. This time it's Kingston. Great tag teamwork here by the former champions. Staking their claim for the victory here tonight. Here comes Big E! With that baseball sliding drop kick right into Triple H. And he was sliding for the fourth base right there, connected right there on Triple H. And the game in major trouble. Triple H now, hang on, has got Big E, drives the knee right into the gut, and he's going to get the hell out of there. Had to. He was in big trouble. Now Michaels back in the match. Can Michaels salvage this one? Because the New Day are on the path to success right here. Could potentially take this match out and cause a major upset here in this tournament. Michaels going on the second rope here. Kingston's right there. Bad idea by Michaels. Not sure what he was trying to do there. Bad ring awareness from Shawn Michaels. Perhaps a bit of ring rust showing right there. Forgot what he was, his positioning. Kingston took advantage with a big strike to the back of Michaels, but Michaels recovers with a dropkick into Big E. Big E now. Oh, big DDT. Michaels taken off his feet, and Big E has a chance to tag Kofi Kingston in, and he will. And these two guys are going to double team by the looks of it. The New Day taking advantage of Michaels. Big E with a kick there to Michaels right to the side of the head. And now Kingston with a cover to put Michaels away. Go to the second round. They can't quite do it. Advance through to the final round of the tournament here in the second round. These teams would love to go through this second round, get to the final, whether it's the wives or the A-listers. It doesn't matter. You just want to be in the hunt. You want to be there. You want to be within arm's reach of getting yourself at WrestleMania for the tag titles. Either way, whoever wins this has a match at WrestleMania in the pre-show, potentially to become number one contenders. It's huge. Michaels sprung off the ropes beautifully there. Now he's managed to continue the offense, going into the sharpshooter. Kingston in trouble. Kofi Kingston, will he tap? Michaels, is he going to make Kingston tap out here? Kingston's got to hang on. A WrestleMania spot on the line. And no, Kingston will get out of the sharpshooter. Hangs on. Michaels with a shot there to Kingston. Kingston countering. Kingston went for the dropkick. Michaels countering. Big shot there by Michaels. Triple H, you can see the damage he's suffered there. He's struggling in the corner. He's nowhere to be found. He can't be tagged. Kingston meets the elbow of Michaels. Oh! Super kick right on the button by Shawn Michaels on Kofi Kingston. Good night. It's over. Kingston knocked down Cole. Michaels and Triple H DX are going to WrestleMania. Well, I thought for a moment that New Day were going to take it. Triple H struggled. Michaels, he was looking good, but Kingston was able to hang on and was just countering everything Michaels was throwing at him. But Michaels, with the sweet chin music out of nowhere, takes out Kingston, and now it will be Shawn Michaels and Triple H advancing to WrestleMania to take on either the White family or the A-listers in the WrestleMania pre-show. Next episode of Smackdown, we'll find out who they will be facing. It'll be the White family, Eric Rowan and Harper versus the A-listers, Tyler Breeze and The Miz, and a huge, huge match. DX on fire tonight. Can they win the Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania? Main event time here on Smackdown, and what a main event we have for you. Ambrose versus Owens, a match that we have been waiting a long time to see. Dean Ambrose back at the top of his game, and at WrestleMania will go one-on-one with Seth Rollins to determine who will get the number one draft pick in the upcoming draft after WrestleMania. Rollins represents Raw, Ambrose represents SmackDown, perhaps the two guys who were the unluckiest, the two guys who are next in line to take on their respective brands champions. Unfortunately for Ambrose, Kevin Owens had a rematch clause after injury coming back, but many believe Ambrose deserves that championship shot, not Owens. So tonight, Kevin Owens, his first match since TLC, back in action, and he takes on Dean Ambrose to try and, well, I guess, quiet everyone up, shut everybody up, let everyone know that Owens is back, and Owens is back better than ever, and he deserves this opportunity at WrestleMania. Perhaps the perfect way to get himself prepared, you take on the number one guy on SmackDown, apart from the champion, of course. The next man, next best in line, the next guy is Ambrose. Ambrose, You look at his performance in the Elimination Chamber, was just incredible, amazing. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Ambrose was absolutely freakish. Just his performance was unreal, out of this world. And now it's a perfect opportunity for Kevin Owens to get in the ring with the man who everybody wants to see as the next number one contender and kind of prove to everyone that he deserves this opportunity. We saw Owens return to Smackdown last episode and basically said that he is really appreciative of the support the crowd gave him at the Elimination Chamber when he returned. You know, it was a big moment for Kevin Owens, first time back in a few months, and he's kind of, I guess, woken up to himself. He's had some time to sit back and reflect on his career, what he's done so far here on SmackDown, the champion that he was, and what a great champion he was. But he had some time to reflect, and he's realized that the way he carried himself as a champion was not the right way to go about it. He realized that he needs to change his ways. As Owens, tried to spring off the second rope, he missed. And Ambrose has a chance to capitalize here, but Owens back to his feet, should be okay. Now Owens, you know, he's realized what he needs to do, and he realized he should start treating the crowd and the fans with a little bit more respect. And he wants to try and accomplish that as Owens now with a DDT through the ropes. Oh, that's a nasty DDT, spiking Ambrose. So now Kevin Owens has a new approach, a new way of thinking towards his matches here on SmackDown. And we'll see if Kevin Owens, his new style, his new way of thinking can help him prevail at WrestleMania against the man Brock Lesnar, who last time Owens was in the ring with it in a match at TLC, Kevin Owens was absolutely destroyed. The TLC match itself, many say Lesnar was probably a little bit lucky, just kind of got a right time, right place situation. Owens is struggling from so much fatigue and injury over the course of his last few months heading in towards that match. Owens really had nothing in the tank. He couldn't really get up, couldn't just bring himself to get there and stop Lesnar, who climbed the ladder, grabbed the championship, and won. But Lesnar, after the match, destroying Kevin Owens like I've never seen before. It was brutal, it was nasty, it was almost sickening to watch. I mean, Owens was getting F5'd and German suplexed onto weapons, ladders, chairs, you name it. It was incredible. And for Kevin Owens to be back is a tremendous credit to him. He's back and he's got a newfound confidence. You can obviously come back from that type of injury. Oh, huge clothesline there by Owens. Come back from that type of injury and you can be full of emotion, adrenaline. But that's the type of thing that can really affect you and affect your performance at WrestleMania. An emotion-driven match at WrestleMania for Kevin Owens is something he can't afford to really do. That's a strategy that I think will cost him his opportunity at the World Championship rather than gain him that World Championship. Lesnar will pick apart Owens. If things go wrong for Owens, his emotions will get the better of him. He might come out of the blocks too early, too quickly. So Owens has been able to kind of steady his mind, and there's the big cannonball in the corner there. He's been able to steady his mind, focus on the task at hand, and not let his emotions get in the way. And if Owens can deliver that same performance at WrestleMania, he's a huge chance of becoming a two-time world champion. Ambrose now himself looking to earn his spot. He beats Kevin Owens here tonight. Real running bulldog by Ambrose. Beats Owens here tonight. After WrestleMania, you might as well lock Ambrose in for a world title opportunity. Whether Owens loses or wins, Ambrose might be the next man in line for that title shot. Now Ambrose thought about going off the top of the rope. He's not going to be able to do it though. There's Kevin Owens back to his feet, now striking Ambrose in the corner. So for Dean Ambrose, he just recently rejoined SmackDown, so it's a bit of a risk, I would say, from SmackDown GM Edge to put Ambrose in this type of match. What kind of allegiance does he have to SmackDown after so many months away from the brand? Now Owens going for the pop-up powerbomb, connecting! Ambrose in major trouble! Has Owens got the power and strength back in that powerbomb? No, he doesn't. The referee slapped 3, but he said he kicked out. So this match continues. And I say that because, obviously being out of the ring for so long, there's a headlock driver there by Ambrose. That could be it there. Hold that thought. Ambrose thinks he may have Owens beat. No, he's going to try and finish him off here for real. Once and for all. Going for the dirty deeds, but Ambrose can't do it as Owens counters. And I was just going to say, Kevin Owens, as he hits a German suplex, obviously being out of the ring for so long, you know, it can be difficult to get back in the ring and get the same kind of power and intensity in the type of moves that he delivers. So early on in this match, hitting the pop-up powerbomb obviously not quite working out for him. That could be a major reason why. He's got to get back in the ring, shake off any cobwebs, and get that power and physicality back in his moves. Anyways, at the moment, this match is very, very close at the moment. We'll be back in a short amount of time as we're going to take a quick break. We're back right after this. It is the Streak versus Career. Daniel Bryan and The Undertaker cap off their historic rivalry at WrestleMania when The Undertaker puts his streak in the line. But Daniel Bryan must put his career on the line. Only one man will survive after WrestleMania. Will it be the dead man or will it be Daniel Bryan, who will stay on Smackdown after WrestleMania? We are back, ladies and gentlemen, and yes, as you just saw, Bryan versus The Undertaker. What a match that is going to be. That will be something special. Obviously, we've seen it a few times now. It's been so close between the two, back and forth. I mean, it's really anyone's match at this point. It's going to be so, so close, and we're going to see that at WrestleMania. And next week on SmackDown, we can confirm The Undertaker will be here, and he will be in action just before WrestleMania. And that is going to be a huge, huge moment for The Undertaker to see where his head is at, how his body is performing just before WrestleMania. Streak is on the line. Many believe once that streak is broken, you break The Undertaker. And Daniel Bryan, he's put his career on the line. He's got some injuries that is concerning him, and he believes that SmackDown is too small for the both of them. Only one of them can be here, because as long as both of them are on the same brand, well, trouble will happen, and they will get in each other's way of the same goal, and that is the world title. Anyways, back to this match right now as Owens gets Ambrose in the corner there. Ambrose, though, countering. Owens counters and takes down Ambrose. Now, hang on. Owens has got Ambrose looking for... Look out, the package. Oh, the package bomb. And now he drops down Ambrose. A chance now for Kevin Owens to capitalize here. Close back and forth exchange between these two men right now. Here in our main event on SmackDown. A chance for one of these men to get the ultimate win just before WrestleMania. Ambrose to get the win and prepare himself for Seth Rollins. Owens to prepare himself for the Beast, Brock Lesnar. It's anyone's match right now. It's close. We saw before the break, it was very, very close between these two. It was a tough, tough battle. And you'd have to say Owens had the advantage. Just now, Owens tries to spring off the ropes again. He tried it earlier on, missed out. Not working out again. We saw earlier on, Owens hit the pop-up powerbomb. Ambrose able to survive just barely. So because of that alone, you have to say that Owens had the one-up on Ambrose. But now, Ambrose cuts Owens open. Now lining him up, going for the big kick to the head of Owens, but he gets out of the way. Ambrose now, snapmare. Owens is cut. That's not going to help Owens at all. But it could drive Kevin Owens, a man who hasn't been in the ring for quite some time. But when he was in the ring before he got injured, he was the absolute pinnacle of the WWE. Not just SmackDown, the whole entire company. He was the very best and arguably will be the superstar of the year, no doubt about it. Kevin Owens had the most impressive year I've ever seen here in Universe Mode. And when the Slammy Awards nominations, which by the way you can vote for, head to the description down below, you can nominate for that still. When that voting does happen after WrestleMania, I'm locking it in right now. I'm making a bold prediction. Kevin Owens will walk away as the superstar of the year. He was absolutely incredible. Ambrose now is going for that headlock driver again. The alternate style of Dirty Deeds now drops the elbow as well to Kevin Owens. He got enough of it. The referee might have been in the way. And the referee may be in the way here again. He's got to get the hell out of there. Ambrose wanted Owens to get up, going for that big kick in the corner again. But Owens, playing a bit of possum there as he's waiting for Ambrose to come over. He scouted him out. And now Owens, hang on, might be going for the pop-up powerbomb once again. Owens connects. Pop-up powerbomb. Ambrose in big trouble. Owens outsmarts Ambrose and picks up the win. Just before Mania, Owens stakes his claim for the world title and proves that he is back and he's 100% and ready to go. Huge win over Ambrose tonight. He had a lot to work for tonight, a lot on the line. He had to work so hard for it, but he got there in the end. Owens, when he's 100%, is arguably unbeatable. Is he back 100%? I don't think so yet, but he's not far away from it. And hang on! Lesnar! Brock Lesnar! Look at Owens from behind! Oh boy! Oh my goodness, what a German suplex! Oh boy, we are about to see a repeat of TLC, are we? Where Lesnar, he took out Kevin Owens. Lesnar beat the living hell out of Owens at TLC. Is Lesnar going to try and take Owens out of WrestleMania now? Hit one German, now another. Going for the third. Owens' WrestleMania spot is on the line right here. Owens has got to fight. The referee's trying to tell Lesnar to get out of there. Lesnar's pumped up. Lesnar trying to prove a point to Kevin Owens just 2 weeks away from Mania. Lesnar trying to take Owens out again. Owens thinks he's back to his best. Well, Lesnar's trying to make sure that he's not. Going for the F5. Connects. The F5 to Kevin Owens and Lesnar. Lesnar sends a huge message just before WrestleMania. Ladies and gentlemen, what a battle it's going to be. Lesnar and Owens for the third time, and it will be for perhaps the final time. Lesnar has one win. Owens has won. This is the third match to determine who is the better out of the two. It's WrestleMania for the World Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us for the episode of Universe Mode. More coming up in the near future. We're going to space them out a little bit because I'll be traveling away. I'll be going away for a little bit, so if you're not aware, I will be spacing the videos out. So WrestleMania will probably be out in about 2 weeks' time, even though there's only a couple episodes to go. So please be patient. I've got to work on it, and I'm going to be going away for a week. Unfortunately, pretty bad timing, so I apologize for that. Hope that's okay. But when WrestleMania does come, it's going to be awesome, hopefully. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a like for me. Let's try and hit 200 likes. Let's go for a big goal. 200 likes, why not? Subscribe if you haven't already seen more, and I'll see you all next episode.